The RSA chase, the old Royal and Sun Alliance chase. Couldine runs in the colours of Florida Pearl, who won this race. He won the PJ Moriarty before as well. So does Couldine have the hallmark of an RSA winner, Kieran?
Potentially. He's top rated with us. I think the big concern with Couldine is his jumping. He hasn't as yet made a massive blunder, but he's one of those that out of every 10 fences he makes a niggling mistake at 6 or 7. Don't think he'll get away with that at championship level. I don't particularly like the fact they missed Cheltenham last year. Largely he's been campaigned. They've sort of cast their line in calmer waters, really. I think this might be a bit of a culture shock for Couldine. Ruthers can't have him at all. I think he needs a small field and heavy ground and dominating. It's very similar circumstances to when he got absolutely chinned at Cheltenham last year. I think he'll find it very difficult. I think What a Friend, he's one of those that the price has slowly ebbed away because nothing else has come out of the woodwork. But I think there's still plenty in him at around the 5-1 mark. I think the key thing with What a Friend, he's the one horse as a back to lay. His jumping at Cheltenham was superb last time for his second start over fences. He already holds Carruthers. I just can't see how he's not going to travel into it on the bridle 2 out. His jumping's going to hold him in good stead. I think he'll be around 6-4 jumping the second last, and it's just then whether his temperament lets him go through with it.
Mark, a horse has had to work pretty hard to win, but he has won a few races. He's gone to lunch. Are you a fan of his?
I'm a fan of going to lunch, but Jim probably tell. Of the horse, who's a bloke? Jeremy Scott, in it, or someone? How many winners has he trained at Cheltenham?
None yet.
None yet. No. I'll give him the Spanish Artie, then I'll wait for him to have a winner.
McCoy rides him.
Eh?
Tony McCoy's riding
it. He does. I agree with Kieran about this race. Again, it's a 6-to-field job. It really does look impossible. I was at Leopard Stand on Sunday doing a talk. There's a one Matt didn't do in Ireland. He'd done the other 59. And Couldine jumped terrible. It came to the last and it ploughed through it. And it just jumps like Cyril Smith. I can't have it at all at any price. What a Friend I don't like, he said carriage. 2 things I don't like about it. He said carriage and it's owned by Sir Alex Ferguson. Apparently he was going to get Ronaldo to ride it, but he was afraid he'd dive off at the first. No, I can't have What a Friend seriously because I didn't like his head carriage last time. It's a very impossible race. I backed an horse at 40-1. Obviously work after racing at Leopard Stand Sunday. Ran very well at the Cheltenham Festival last year. Finished 4th, an horse called Siege Master. And also Desi Hughes, it won a good race at Navan the other day. It's a 40-1 poke. I've just had a few quid on it each way. Non-runner, no bet. It's also in the 4 mile. I've got 40-1. I've had a score of quids each way and hope it runs the best.
Andrew, it's a race where maybe a trend or two might help us find the winner. What do you make of it?
Yeah, the one I'm interested in is Casey Jones, who's currently around about a 16-1 shot. He won a Grade 1 last time out at Leopardstown. He's only had 3 runs on good to soft or faster ground and 2 miles 6 or further. He's won every single one. So he looks the value to me. Couldine, there's a bit of a concern about the 3-mile trip. He did win a point-to-point on his Racecourse debut, but he's had 1 run under rules at 3 miles, and he could only finish a 1-paced 4th behind Blazing Bailey at Punchestown last year. Carruthers, I'm with Kieran on this one. He looks a flat track bully. He was 9-2 co-favourite for the Albert Bartlett Memorial last year and got chinned. And Mercedes Maguire looks a monster as well over this trip. The one problem for What a Friend with me is the same reason why I was against Nolan in last year's Arthur, is that he hasn't raced in Class 1 company over fences yet. If you've got a horse you think's capable of winning a Grade 1 chase, why not run it in decent company? He ran in the Grade 2 last time out, and I think it's a big step up in class for him. He had 2 runs in Class 1 company over hurdles, 3rd in one of them, pulled up in the other. He was 25-1 in the Albert Bartlett last year, pulled up, and now we want to take 5-1 about him for the Sun Alliance, so he's not for me.
So Casey Jones is the one for you. Matt, you haven't had a say on this one.
Well, if strange for a trends man, but the trends distinctly suggest that if you're not Willie Mullins, you don't train the winner of the Sun Alliance Chase. If you're an Irish trainer, certainly in recent times, no other Irish trainer has got any chance of tipping the winner. Couldine just looks really slow. I can see a whole lot of these in the Welsh or Scottish National in a couple of seasons' time because they just look really slow. What a Friend, as Couch has said, he has got a very iffy head carriage. Having said that, so does Gone to Lunch, and it doesn't stop Gone to Lunch battling all the way, so maybe it won't stop What a Friend, but I've always thought from the first time I've seen him, when I saw him at Towcester against Carruthers, I thought, what's going to happen when something goes head-to-head with this thing? He's not going to want it. Paul Nicholls has said to me that he's not a problem in a finish at all, What a Friend, but again, Couch would probably say, well, he would say that. As Kieran said, Carruthers, absolutely small field. You'd fancy him to beat most of these, or perhaps the 3 best of the others if it was a small field. But once he gets taken on for the lead, I think he'll be finished. Gone to Lunch, I think, could well get in the 3 with McCoy beating away for the final circuit. I'm not sure Massini's Maguire will stay, but he is a Cheltenham Festival winner. I think there's one at a price here, though, that you just have to wait for the day. It's not worth backing now, I don't think, because I don't know whether it will run yet. Lodge Lane, Victor Dartnell's horses have been in shocking form of late, but he's got collateral form with some other Victor Dartnell horses, with some horses like Gone to Lunch.
He ran abysmally the other day.
He did, but Lodge Lane is in a different league to some of the horses that have beaten some of these. So if he turns up on the day, I'm led to believe Lodge Lane might run a much better race, but he's got to be there on the day. There are small signs in the last 48 hours that Victor's horses might be coming back into some sort of form. They have been shocking. So for me at 33s in a race where any of the favourites could win possibly, I'll go Lodge Lane.